For those who don't know me, I'm Mark Wilkins. I'm a member here at this church. I'm a deacon here, which allowed us to get access to the church for these meetings. I'm also the owner of Minden Mercantile and Feed Company, for those who don't know. I'm going to give a couple of updates on a few things and some seasonal updates. I want to talk about poultry, all kinds of poultry. And we put together a new program out I just want to share with you folks. And also got a letter from the government, Ontario government. Some of you may have got this letter about veterinarian investments. Anybody else get a letter like this? Did you?
I can't find me.
So we'll talk about that. Then when I'm done, I'm going to turn it over to Andrew McGillivray. Andrew, who will give us some updates from the last meeting. We have an online forum up and running now. And so we're hoping to show you that and to talk a little bit about that. We also have a buy-in that we need to settle up on for these food grade containers. So we'll talk more about that. Then I think we'll have a break midway, and then we're going to turn it over to Joanne Johnson, who's a local Haliburton Homesteader, who's excited to talk to you. And then we also have my friend John from Maple Hill Homestead in Algonquin Highlands, and he's going to talk about the animals that they raise there. So we're going to have everybody hopefully speaking for about 15-20 minutes. We don't want 45 to an hour for a speaker, although great content always. And because we do want to leave like just a little bit of time for some Q&A, and certainly during the speeches, after each speaker is done, you can ask any questions you want by all means. But we also want to talk about like future meetings and get your feedback on a few things, and to make this meaningful, to continue to provide value to people with these meetings. So having said that, I'll get into my part. So just a couple seasonal updates. It was very interesting this week because, last week, or during the winter, we saw a lot of like deer feed and carrots and of course chicken feed and stuff and black oil sunflower for birds. And then right up like a Monday when the weather got amazing, all of a sudden deer feed kind of like stopped kind of thing. And I'm like, I got all these carrots, man. Someone better come buy my carrots. So we got them on sale, just so you know, if you want some carrots. But it's always it's the transition point. It's a seasonal transition point where now we're all thinking about gardening, we're thinking about planting, we're thinking about animals, and the projects we want to get done, right, for our homesteads, so to speak. So at the Mercantile, we're transitioning certain feeds. We sell a lot more of, let's say, chicken feed right now, chick grower feed, pig grower feed. It's starting to increase as well. Things like that. We have lots of stock in hay and straw. This time of year with mud and stuff, a lot of people want to use straw to dry areas up. Like we use straw for our horses so they don't go in the mud and stuff. We just brought in a lot of grass seed and pasture mixes and stuff, fertilizer, things like that. We sell a lot of that stuff. I got lots of, I think 160 varieties of Gillard Garden Farm seeds. So those are heirloom, open air pollinated, I think is the right terms. And so we got those in store for you folks. A lot of stores are starting to get in like onion bulbs and things like that. We're getting those in the next few weeks, as well as regular and organic seed potatoes. That's probably at the end of the month for those. Fencing. I've had several people buy fencing already. So people are getting ready to either keep animals in or keep something out, right? And we have additional shipments coming in Friday, a lot of stuff. So we'll have tons of fencing, rolls of fencing, all different heights, types, posts, even cedar posts. We've got those in already. Pressure treated's coming. I got lots of gates. And for anybody that comes in and buys that stuff, if they mention that they're at a Homesteader meeting, I'll give you 3% off. All right, so, but it's up to you to mention that. I also want to give you an update on a lot of people coming to the store and they're like, we don't have a large animal vet in the area. So, for horses, cows, pigs, whatever, right? And for one reason or another, we don't have anybody up here in this area. And Corey down in Lindsay, he kind of pretty much stops at Kinmount. So I'm fortunate enough to be south of Kinmount, and he helps us out. But anybody north of there, they're either going to get someone on emergency from Peterborough or get a vet from Huntsville or elsewhere, maybe Aurelia even. So people have been lamenting about this problem for a couple of years anyway. And lo and behold, at the end of March, I got this letter from the Ontario government. And it's about, it's from the Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs. I even got a copy of this that I can share with you guys. So it's their letter. You know, Doug Ford, he loves us all, right? So they're doing something for us. And what they want to do, they want to address the critical veterinarian shortages in rural Ontario for large animals specifically. And so they're talking about a three-pronged approach. No, I'm not endorsing these guys. I'm just telling you what they said, okay? I'm not like an Ontario government person. But what they're trying to do, they're going to try to increase the number of people going through the veterinary medicine program. Looks like starting next year. I know, it takes time, I guess, right? But for University of Guelph and Lakehead. So 20 additional doctors for large animals specifically. And so that's one thing they're looking to do. And then secondly, they want to incent graduates and veterinarians to move to rural communities that need a large animal vet. And so they got 100 graduated veterinarians that they want to move to these underserviced areas. They're eligible for up to $50,000 in grants, each one of these practices. So if you know anybody, by all means spread the news. They probably already know about this. And then thirdly, they want to modernize the Veterinarian Act, which is above and beyond my head what they want to do there, guys. But that's their three-prong approach. And I just wanted to share that with you. So at least something, they're trying to do something. Is it soon enough? No, I don't think it is. But at least they are addressing it. And if you want any more information on that, you can go to the ontario.ca website and click on Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs, and they'll have some details there. And I should ask, does anybody else know any more about this than what I just said? Yes. By all means, speak up.
Those of you that don't know, Haliburton County, the part that you missed or aren't aware of,
Right.
we're actually part of the Northern Producer Animal Health Network, and our veterinarian in Haliburton County has an additional subsidy. But
Right.
of course, the Ministry of Northern Development Lines hasn't kept up to date, so it's about a third of what it should be. And so that's one of the reasons some of the
Okay.
veterinarians have dropped out. And then the issue we're dealing with to a larger extent, out of the 110 vets that Guelph graduates, only 10 of them work towards large animals, the other 100 are dogs and cats.
Right.
So,
That's where the money is.
so there's a deficit. There's a deficit of they're actually retiring faster than being graduates.
Same problem with just regular medicine doctors, right? So.
Only more acute from the perspective that you don't have a doctor, you can go to an ER.
Right.
You need a vet. Where do you go?
Right. Thank you for that. Okay, so at least something's being done by the looks of it. I wanted to share with you a little bit about our poultry orders that so last week we had our first delivery for chickens, okay? We had 323 ready to lay and 350 day old. It was our largest day we've ever done. And we were gonna do it outside in a cage, right? Because that's a lot of birds and they smell, they produce smell. And looking at the weather coming up to that day, it was like, 15 milliliters of rain they're calling for. And that definitely happened. And so we had to keep it indoors in our feed room, put plastic down everywhere, right, to capture all the mess. And but we got it done, and everybody picked up their stuff on time, which was awesome. But we are currently sold out of ready-to-lay chickens until the next delivery date's been August 16th or September 27th. You want to order a month in advance. And ready-to-lay, they are selling out fast. So if you want chickens, you should probably just call into the store and get something on order. Day-olds, it's par for the course. May 3rd, all the dates are still open for, I think, almost every every breed. So, but again, you want to get your orders in so you can plan for that. Turkeys and day olds are only available on turkey day olds are only available on 4 different dates, as you see there. And then ducks and pheasants, again, all these are from Phrase specifically. Come on in, folks. And then we also deal with feathered acres. So they do ducks, geese, and guinea fowl specifically. And we have our first date coming up April 25th for that. And if you have any questions on this stuff, you can call the store. You can talk to me later. You can talk to Maddie. Maddie's our manager. She's over there in the corner trying to hide. And okay, next slide for me. I'm really excited about this. I was trying to put together a feed program that encompasses all feed. What ideally I wanted was to buy this and get this free, buy any feedback. And I was in business for a number of years in sales, and I was pretty good with spreadsheets, and I'm doing the numbers, and I'm like, the only way this is going to work is if I do a program on feed that's the same price, basically. Otherwise, you can't predict if you're making money, right? So we were able to put together a chicken feed program where you can buy either layer mash, layer pellet, layer crumb, chick grower, or multi-fowl, which is like duck grower specifically. And if you buy 12 of those, you'll get one free. And you can mix and match, and you'll get a card that fits in your wallet perfectly, or your purse. And you got to show this if you come into the store. And we'll mark it off, we'll initial it each time, and then on the 13th one you get it free. If that's interesting to you, you can see Maddie. She has cards, she can give you one, and you can walk away with that today. Several people here I think already got one. I think they're happy with them, so I wanted to share that with you. And has anybody seen this in my store? Yeah, a few of you? So I met Kathy Martin at our first Haliburton Homesteaders meeting here. And she was telling me about these grow towers and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I could use one of those. I could definitely eat a few more salads instead of burgers and stuff like that. And so we got one in the store. We're kind of like an agent for it, so we get a commission if we sell one. But what I wanted to show you was that's what it looked like Sunday, okay? Now I've had this 6 weeks. I've taken a grocery bag size of lettuce off of there. I weighed them, by the way, 2 pounds of lettuce. I've done that like 3 or 4 times now. And so it's just amazing how quickly it grows, and the stuff tastes so good. Way better than like lettuce and stuff in the grocery store. I even got a tomato plant on that at the bottom. We got peas and beans on the top. So anyway, if you're interested in that, come to the store, check it out, or you can check it out on their website.
So is it wool? Is it Etherium?
So it's a rock wool. Yeah, that's what they call it. And it's like little squares, and you get like a growing medium that goes in the center. Comes with plants to starter plants for you to do it. And you got a reservoir at the bottom. That's where you put in the fertilizer fluids. And then every half an hour it shoots water up to the top, and it kind of sounds like a waterfall. Very calming. And it's also on a timer if you get the lights. So pretty low maintenance.
Every 12 minutes in the sun.
Right?
They're fantastic. Everyone should get one.
There you go.
Very bright.
Yeah, the bulbs are really bright, by the way. You get kind of used to it after a while. So that's pretty much all I had to share with you guys. You may have noticed that we have this big blue container up here. Andrew was talking about these, and I'll let him take it over in a minute. Someone was very kind tonight to bring a whole bunch of egg cartons. So these are free. If you want some egg cartons, just take them, please. Otherwise, I'll bring them to the store and give them away at the store for free as well. But these barrels, they were $45 cash, right? And they're gonna give you the cash tonight if they want them.
Well, they can give it to you when they pick them up, and then I'll just drop it off.
Okay. So I got these stored at my store for you guys. And I think there's like 10 or 15 left or something like that. And so if you want one, what's great about them is that they are food grade. It's really thick plastic. They seal completely so nothing can get in. There's other versions of these that are like metal, but the problem with metal is it can sweat. So if you put feed in there, that's not good, right? So if anybody needs to store feed and whatnot, these are a great option.
How
Yes.
many bags of feed does it hold?
Well, it's 55 gallon, so I think
I think it's 6 or 7.
What?
No, like ours fits 6. When I order 6 at a time, it's only one's empty.
I see. Okay. There you go. 6 feed bags, 6 50-pound bags.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, keeps the mice out of it, the bugs out of it, right?
Mark, will you be ordering more? If there's
Yeah, I got some others actually at the store, but we were given a special deal to people who were attending these meetings. So after that, I do have some stock at the store as well for other people, and I'll probably continue to bring them in. So, yeah. Is there any questions? Any other questions? We're cool as a cucumber? Okay. I'll turn it over to Andrew.